let's just be clear that this didn't happen because of a lack of safety features.
I just look at that thing, it don't look safe. That's
It
one
doesn't
big,
look.
yeah.
No,
Nah.
it's very small on top of everything. Like I would get excited, and once I see you locking and bolting this thing, like screwing it up, for me to go down, I would panic. I would get me out of here. I
You
can't
could
remember that well, but there was like a boat that sunk into the ocean, and everybody died except for one person, and that person was down there for like a week in a air pocket that formed.
The ocean way up there, like they're in like near Canada and it's deep ocean. Like, nah, man, I'm not going down there. There's no way.
Okay, Ed, let me ask you a question. Is it possible, and this is just me throwing something out there, is it possible, and I like these stories like that, so maybe that's why, but is it possible that somebody's interested in these people not getting found?
We have some breaking news now to share with you on that race to save the tourists aboard a missing submersive in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yes, the CNN was reporting that search crews searching have heard banging sounds coming from the depths of those waters. Now, CNN is attributing it to an internal government memo. 5 people are aboard that missing submersive. It was traveling to the wreckage of the Titanic. Experts say that they have around 30 hours of oxygen left.
Let's hope this is a good sign.
All right, Andrew, what you got?
Well, before anything, thank you for tuning in to Unidentified Podcast. And yeah, as you saw it, on June 18, there was a submarine that was looking for the wreckage of the Titanic. And it's one of those things that are, let's say, just like Elon Musk wants to do, like space exploration for a fee. Well, that's what they're doing in the middle of the ocean. Is a touristic thing that they're trying to like implement now. And just for, I think it's $250,000, you can be one of these passengers in there. Now, the thing is, $250,000, you're going to be in this small submarine that will be like bolted in, like it's closed and locked and sealed from the outside. So there's no way of you like opening it yourself or anything like that. But of course, they take plenty of like safety measures and procedures, and they make sure everything like runs smoothly for the most part, right? Now, with everything else, there's risks, right? So as I said before, on the June 18, this one submarine got lost contact with the outside world, and they're still looking for it. They calculate at this time they still have about 34 hours of oxygen. But this is, I would say, and for what I've seen, is in the best case scenario. Let's say there's no leaks, nobody's panicking, everybody's breathing like regular, right? Nobody's heavy breathing or what would you call it when you panic and start like
anxiety attack.
Well,
Panic
just
attack.
like not panic attack. The way you're breathing, there's a word for it. I don't know. Well, yeah. And when we say it's lost contact with the outside world, what I mean by that is that it's not necessarily in the bottom of the ocean. It's not necessarily actually like lost itself. We just lost it. It might be out in the surface, which what I hear would be the best case scenario. But most likely, I've seen a few videos on people who said that the case scenarios that most likely happen is they got entangled. It takes it 2 hours to just like drop from the surface to the bottom of the ocean. 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that. And in between that, there's plenty of things that could happen. They could get entangled. They could, somebody was saying there's a possibility that it could have went inside of the wreckage and got stuck inside of the actual Titanic. But it also could be that they had an emergency and they just like flew back up and they just can't contact anybody at this moment, which is what we hope that's happening. Regardless of what, they don't have new air, for what I know. And yeah, that's very unfortunate. What you guys think about this?
Oh, well, I was gonna
Very
say.
unfortunate indeed. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, it's just an unnecessary risk. I heard these guys like they were all billionaires. I think they're like really like wealthy people. So if you want to go under the water, like I mean, I would have had my own sub. You know what I mean? Like something a little bit bigger, something with more safety features. It wouldn't have been this little dinky thing. And the moment one thing goes wrong, you're done.
Let's just be clear that this didn't happen because of a lack of safety features.
I just look at that thing; it don't look safe. That's one big, yeah.
No, it's very small on top of everything. Like I would get excited, and once I see you locking and bolting this thing, like screwing it up, for me to go down, I would panic. I would get me out of here.
You couldn't be claustrophobic in there.
For sure, man. But for what I see, these are people who are not like new to any of this. I mean, some of them are like airplane pilots. They do very extreme things. They scuba dive, and they've done a lot of things in the past. So it's not like they new to doing like adventurous things. They take risks all the time. Take risks even in business, in the business world. These are billionaires that are down there or lost somewhere. And regardless of what, man, you know, I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to be down there. I don't care how much money. I'll be the person watching from my TV.
They pay like $250,000 to get down there in those conditions, and that's. You would say that would mean, okay, we're gonna do our best to make sure that these guys come back for a revisit, because yeah.
Oh well, now that you mentioned that, actually, one of the members of this crew was like the owner of this business. So that's very reassuring. I mean, if the guy that actually sold us the packet and like got us into this is going in with us, I mean that's good reassurance right there. I would be like, yeah, I feel a lot better if he comes with us.
I just look at that thing, not getting in there. I need a big sub. Like we need to go on like a military type sub. Then I'm like, okay, all right.
I agree. But remember, this is for
a reason why there is this tiny thing going down. Is it because of the depth of the Titanic?
So it's made especially for like deep diving, and what's that?
Deep sea diving.
Yeah, deep sea diving, and it has a lot of safety features. Now, the reason it's so small is because it's an exploring submarine, meaning you want to fit into crates and small spaces without being too bulky, without so many limitations. Because what they want to do is like be able to be free to move in and out of situations and check it out. Now, the speculation is that they didn't even find the Titanic. They didn't even make it there. That's what people are saying. Isn't that even worse now? Like, wow.
I don't know. That doesn't add up. Like, why would it be hard to find the Titanic? Like, you know exactly where it's at.
Well, okay, so they ran a few tests, and they said out of 10 times, 7 times they had issues. So issues communicating with the outside world, or issues, making it down there, and they had to make adjustments to this little ship. Or submarine. Could I say just ship for short?
Yeah, I got you, man. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, cool. So they had to make like plenty of adjustments. One of the things that people are like actually criticizing is that the controller to the ship looks like a PlayStation, let's say, PlayStation 5 controller. So that's how they were navigating this little thing.
Yeah, PlayStation control. Now, if you were to win with an Xbox controller, which has the best controls, maybe.
Yeah, then you would have to bring some batteries in your pocket.
Okay. All right.
You know?
Good.
Okay. But seriously, in all seriousness, now this thing has more than 7 safety features. Like if one thing fails, they go to the other. One of the things is like any other submarine is like weights or sandbags, if you may. If you had to go up, you just like let those drop those, and you will float back up. The other thing is like the air control, like the air tanks. There's a way that they do it like any other conventional like submarines. And then they have like a thing, not a parachute, what would you call it, like that inflates like underwater, and that and it makes you float back to the surface. Now that only works if you are not tangled up in something, or you're not, let's say the ship of the Titanic, you see like in the movie, for example, it broke in two. If you are like under a subfloor or something that's stopping you from just freely going up, that's a problem as well. What else? They had other few things that I had written down, but doesn't even matter. I don't want to go too far into that. But let's say, for example, in the best case scenario, they came back up and they are out in the surface. Yeah. They're still locked in there.
That's true. That's fantastic.
Yeah. How do you go about that? Because there's no
you can find these people. Like we live in the future, Angel. It's pretty easy to find these.
You have a big ocean.
Yeah, it's just ocean. Like there's a metal thing floating out there. Okay, we know where it's at.
You wouldn't have like I didn't have time to look this up, but you wouldn't have like a special like box or.
It shouldn't be like GPS tracking or something. There's something.
And shoot of emergency like this. I don't know, flare guns, something. I do know about like I saw this like 8 years ago, so I don't remember that well. But there was like a boat that sunk into the ocean, and everybody died except for one person, and that person was down there for like a week in a air pocket that formed in the wreckage, and he was in there for like 7 days, and people went to like check for the salvage of or recuperate something, and when they went in there, the guy heard somebody splashing around and stuff like that, and he started yelling, and by chance he got found in there a whole week, and there was nothing, man, underwater.
He had a lot of water.
Yeah,
so
no,
dehydration or salt water.
Yeah, he was in salt water, man. He was like basically like slowly cooking. You know what I mean? And I hope worst case scenario that's what happens, and by some miracle they get saved. Let me see. That underwater pressure, it was like 4,000 psi. Okay, so I understand why they would bolt them in. It was like 4,000 and some change psi all the way down there, right? That would just destroy your body, destroy metal, destroy anything. So a lot of things could go wrong, for sure, okay? Everything was touch. They had the latest technology for all of these things. And I just don't know, like, how you just lose, contact with the whole ship.
Bro, I'm not doing that. Like, you're not getting me on that sub. It's not happening.
What are the ways of communications? Because like radio waves don't go through the ocean, right? So
yeah, they go through ocean. What are you talking about? How do you think subs work? They go through ocean.
No, like it's
like miles of ocean.
Yeah, like
no, I don't know.
Wait, no, Angel. I think you're right.
My radio
I think you're right. Yeah,
acting up.
Yeah, I think you're right. They don't go because like subs, they can't, like a sub in order to communicate. They said a sub's got to surface in order to communicate. So yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah. So how do they communicate? How do they like give instructions? How you get feedback either way, like coming in and
there's got to be
going
some
out?
kind of way, man. They got something set up.
Just the Wi-Fi hotspot. I don't know. This is weird. I'm thinking about what are all the things that could be, and at the same time,
Dude, I can't have sympathy for these guys, man. Like, I'll look at that like, nah, I ain't getting in there. I ain't getting in there. There's no way. And you're talking about like the ocean way up there, like they're in like near Canada and it's deep ocean. Like, nah, man, I'm not going down there. There's no way.
Okay, Ed, let me ask you a question. Is it possible, and this is just me throwing something out there, is it possible, and I like these stories like that, so maybe that's why, but is it possible that somebody's interested in these people not getting found, these people not surviving this adventure or this excursion?
Man, you want one of them little subs, man, something's bound to happen. It ain't no setup. I heard people say, I was looking, on Twitter, when you had us doing our little search, people were saying that. Like,
all of these are like big people, important people, billionaires, and yeah, I mean, why not? Why wouldn't that be a possibility?
I don't know, man. They ain't that important. You would never catch Elon Musk on one of them things. He wouldn't even go into space. He know better. He wouldn't even go into space. He like, nah, I'm gonna let them go into space.
Yeah. I actually came across this one video of outer space. I'll post it on Instagram. Stay tuned to that as well. Nigga, what are you thinking, man?
Yeah, the statement you just said, it could be that they were put in that situation because they had some influence, some investments made that were not as beneficial to everybody.
Who forced them in the sub, nigga? Who forced them in the sub? Exactly.
Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody, but it is also an opportunity regardless of what, right?
Yeah.
Some people don't like missing opportunity.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. And okay, so on top of that, bro, like, I mean, look into their partnerships or who's their rivals, who would benefit from them, not surviving this. I don't know. I think it's worth looking at. Even, I don't think a wife or anything would be, at fault for this or anything. But somebody in a place of power, somebody who would gain something from these people dying in this.
I don't see it.
Okay.
I don't see it. Nah.
So
they'll put child porn on your computer or something, or claim that a woman from like 20 years ago said that you grabbed her ass or something. That's how they take you out nowadays.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, Ed, would you skydive?
I don't even like going on a roller coaster. Okay, like it makes me feel sick. Okay, I don't do any of this stuff. What was that?
Have you been on an airplane?
No, I ain't never been on an airplane. I'm down to earth.
Would you be
the most Ed's been on is a Uber, probably.
Yeah, that's
like that was the most exciting thing he done. I don't know, Ed. I wouldn't skydive per se. I just went to a theme park. I went on roller coasters and stuff like that. I would not skydive. I would not take a lot of risks, like extreme risk like this. But some people, when you have it all, you need some excitement in your life.
Okay, well now they got it at the bottom of the ocean.
Also, like you are part of history. If you go down there and discover something nobody else ever seen, you go down as a part of history. You don't get forgotten. You are a legend. So maybe that's what they're looking for as well. Not just, for fun.
Okay. Well, that's why you got remote control subs. You don't actually go down there. Okay. You don't do that.
Yeah. Then you experience second hand or third hand. I don't know how you call it, but yeah. I get why they would put themselves in that position. I wouldn't pay 250,000 for it, but yeah, I would be down. Maybe not for skydiving because I wouldn't.
What is $250 to you when you got billions? Like,
yeah, but then I would find excitement in other stuff.
I mean, if
or
I wanted,
yeah, that's a true point. That's a fair point.
I would be on the sub, but like, let's say like in the tropics somewhere, we got a little sub. You can see the water's clear. We're only down maybe like maybe 10, 20 feet. Like, I'd do that.
Talking about like
these dudes out here in the big ocean. Like,
you could have done the biggest find. Like,
dude, ain't no big find. Like, everybody been down to the Titanic. This ain't like, oh, we're discovering the Titanic. Like, everybody been down there.
No, they had an exploration to see the Titanic, but they haven't. I mean, the movie was about them finding the Titanic, so they know where the Titanic is. But the challenge was to get down.
No, people's been down there before. Like, this is nothing new.
For real?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, not tourists. Not as tourists.
Okay.
Not as what you call it. And
well, you're right. Researchers and stuff probably been down there, but tourists, like, why would you want to go there? I'm good.
Yeah. And also, like, they've been down there, but for what I understand, it's like by remote control submarines, not personally, like up close in person like this.
Bro, look, go down there, but as soon as you showed me a PlayStation controller, I'm like, nah, not doing this. We not doing this. You got to come better than that, man.
Okay, fair enough. A lot of people have said that. That is a fair point. But I mean, if you going in there with the guy, you understand?
Nah, I don't let other people think for me. You got a PlayStation controller. You just built a sub. Look like you built this sub in your garage. I'm not getting in there. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. You could be Elon Musk talking about he just built this up. Nah, man. Nah.
Okay. So how about this, dude? Like, when is a good time then? What do you need to get down there?
The bottom of the ocean?
Yeah.
There's no reason to go down there. Why am I going down there?
Why would we explore the outer space?
Bro, look, whoever said I was going to outer space, when they perfect it, okay, then I'll go. When we like Star Trek, and I'm hopping on the Enterprise, I'm like, okay, we go to space.
But this is the point you're missing. In order for it to be perfected, some people just gotta.
Okay. Well, you
gotta take the first.
You be one of them.
Lead.
That's like this like Neuralink, right? This like Noah Angel. They taking. You can sign up Neuralink.
I heard.
Yeah, you go do that. Okay. Well, we need someone. We need someone to test it out.
That's
like the vaccine.
That test drive would be for somebody who could truly benefit from that. And the same for this. Like, if you feel like this is like the biggest thing you could ever do, no matter how much money you have, nothing will top.
Angel, how about this? You said, what would it take? If you told me that there was like some base or something, or some alien base or something that people never, like, we seen something down there on the bottom of the ocean. Okay, let's go. But if you're saying like, it's just a
you never know, man. What if aliens aren't down there and that's where they are right now?
They are down there. They already know they're down there.
You think so?
Yeah, they're down there.
Okay, so there you go. Maybe they got a duck pit.
They got bases and stuff down there and everything.
Well, there you have it then. We will update on this video for sure. Thank you for watching Unidentified Podcast.
We out.
See you on the next.